Hi, how are you?
I can record it if you can't figure it out. Are you on your phone?
No, I switched to my
I'm good. Thank
Okay.
you.
Good, awesome. I'm just gonna wait for Keenan to join. Evan, do you have a bad internet connection?
He's gone, isn't he?
Oh, he said he's got a bad internet connection on Facebook. Okay, Elijah is sending it to Keenan, because I don't have him on Facebook.
Okay. Hey, welcome back. Is that a thatched roof out where you are, Evan?
Yeah, where are you? Where are you, Evan? What's going on?
Use the chat function if your audio is not working.
Hold on. Shh. Stop it.
I think it's working now. All right. There. Sorry I'm late.
That's okay. I'm still trying to get Keenan in here, so.
And are you recording the meeting already, Plum?
Yeah, I am. Oh,
All right. Well, let's make it interesting then.
Right. Okay, sorry.
While we get Keenan in here. No, that's funny.
Okay,
That's fine.
so there's 3 questions apparently. Even though he said there's 2.
No, there's 3.
Okay, all right. I thought there was 2. Anyways, I got them here. First, well, I don't want to start them, I guess, until he's in.
Okay.
But yeah, how are you guys doing? How do you want to make this interesting, Jai?
I don't know.
Evan, where are you? Oh, there he is.
Okay, we can go.
Sorry, Keenan. I lost the email once it ended.
Hello.
Hi. And Elijah took forever to send you our link. I blame him for everything.
Do it.
Okay, first question. What are your gifts?
You pick an order for us.
Okay, Jai, you're first. What are your gifts, Jai?
I've really been working quite hard on my full expression as a youth. That started with athletics and had a strong sense of poetry, learned to open my voice and my body to like full expression in movement, dance, and I love to share with people how to do that. I really feel culture is the way of creating the future by making art that shows the world better than it is, and my gift is fusing content, like really heart-filled content for a hopeful future, with those full expression modalities, whether that's poetry, song, dance. I'm just kind of building my empire a bit right now.
Awesome. Good. Keenan, what are your gifts? It's kind of a tough question. I don't really know what my gifts are, but go ahead, Keenan.
My gifts are creating things, and I don't know, they seem kind of general. Creating things, working with energy. My gifts. I like to be expressive. I mean, these are all things that everyone. What I'm gonna answer the question. What do I enjoy doing? Because I think we all have gifts that we can develop. And I enjoy creating environments and permaculture and dancing and expressing myself and
I think
that's a good list.
Creating things is a good gift that we need in general. So that's what do you like to create?
Well, all sorts of things. Well, I created my home, so I kind of like live in the environment that I've created. So there's a lot of things that go into that. And then the physical home, and then sort of like the biosphere for like permaculture. So try, I guess, creating balance, I guess, is part of that. And then and
Awesome. No, that's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Evan, do you want to tell us what your gifts are?
Our gifts. Well, my gifts. Well, I guess I've been pretty good at manifesting exactly what it is that I want, because we have this awesome ashram in Belize, and we get to be surrounded by nature, and we meet people from all over the world, and we talk about yoga and nutrition. And so my gifts are really domestic. They're with, like, keeping the body healthy and the environment around me really healthy and nice. So those are my gifts, and I share them. Like, I just try to be really just create like a really cool place, and learning how to communicate so that I can share that the best way. Really important for me.
Awesome. So what did you say? Eating or health? Is that what you said?
Yeah, like, we haven't really. We're here for the nutrition.
Yeah.
And the environment. Everything is really healthy here. The fresh air and the fresh water and lots of sun. And then I've been learning how to cook and things like that, so that I can prepare food and drinks.
Awesome.
Those are my gifts. And also, yeah,
Awesome.
I do beats and hip hop, and actually our kirtan, like chanting and stuff like that is a big thing that we're doing.
Cool. That sounds like all really useful stuff. My gifts, I guess, are communication is a big one for me. Like, I studied communications, and I do enjoy the whole mass communication thing. I like to dance, and I'm good at kind of with groups. I like to work with a team. I like to get everyone on the same page and everyone motivated and excited and to be doing what we're doing. And yeah, I can draw attention usually, like if I'm set up well. So those are my gifts: communicating, dance, and group dynamic. Okay, next question. What do you think of the world situation, Jai?
The world situation. Well, I think that part of the situation that we have right now, and I think a lot of people are feeling in crisis, I think part of that is due to the fact that it's really difficult in this current media age to get the information that we need. I see the biggest problem in the world, I actually see, is debt-based money. I know a lot about the system that created it, the people that have created it, and it is people that have created it. And it's fed into a lot of the other problems in the world, such as propagating war in all these different regions of the world to control resources. But essentially, most of the countries that were independent of these global banking interests have been attacked in the last 5-10 years to switch them over to a financial system that is dominated and controlled in the hands of the few. That creates the petrodollar problem, that creates the war industry when it shouldn't really be legal to make weapons that cause fatality. I think we need to get over it. And then the other thing that I know a lot about is the extraterrestrial involvement in planetary affairs. There are benevolent species, but the American government specifically and some of the other governments have been collaborating with other ones and hiding technology that would really help humanity. And I see that as one of the biggest problems. I know that a partial disclosure event has already happened with the CIA releasing a bunch of files, but I think there's a real need for full disclosure of what's been happening with those relationships for the time that they've existed. and some people are definitely going to have to be called out and probably prosecuted in the banking industry as well as the military industrial industry. And we need a global financial revolution in order to survive and succeed as a species. Those are, it could be a completely nonviolent revolution, but I stand firmly that we cannot sit idly by and watch those things continue the way that they have for the last 150 years.
I agree. The financial system is a big tool for enslavement. That's a good place to start. Keenan, what do you think of the world situation?
I think that in addition to everything that Jai said, that the culture of scarcity and disempowerment and ignorance and lack of individuality, embracing their divinity is a big problem, and people just not taking responsibility for themselves and assuming that government or some other entity is going to solve the problems, or thinking that they don't have any power individually to make a difference. I think those are some of the biggest problems, in addition to just the way that our overall consumer mentality and lack of respect for the environment is leading to just abuse of the environment and its pollution, and we kind of have in general sort of a parasitic relationship with the environment, and seeing it just as a commodity as opposed to the thing that gives us all life. So I think all of those things are all connected, and I think that each one of us is able to make a large difference. So I think I think that's the biggest thing, is really empowering individuals to make changes in their own lives, and how much of a difference that can make.
And then that would spill over into taking better care of our environment and our planet as well. Cool. Evan, what do you think of the world situation?
Yeah, well, I guess it's interesting. It's hard to say whether it's like good or bad, because it's kind of like the weather, like the weather just changes all the time, and you can't really say that it's like good one day and then bad the next day. But I do see like lots of reasons to feel positive. There seems to be like a yoga revolution going on, and the quicker with the media that everyone is, like making the news relevant, the relevant stuff news. And, it's just a process. People have to leave the cities, go to the towns, and become more simple. But technology just seems to offer the quick fix, but it's really a trap, kind of. But as we get like more simple, get more into simplicity and stuff, then the world picture like starts to get better.
Awesome. That was some good points in there. I agree. I think what I think of the world situation, I think one of the things that's really missing for most of us is a lack of community. So I think kind of what Evan is saying and kind of what all of us are saying is, go back to that kind of simple way, or back to our roots. And because right now we're just so compartmentalized and we're not being as social as we really need to be. So that's kind of my biggest issues right now with society, on top of like all the horrible things we're doing to the environment, the financial system. But I think we got to start somewhere, and just getting together, and maybe through technology isn't the best way, but it's a good start. So here we are. Last question. What are you working on, Jai?
Oh, wow. Good question. I've been picking away at my like personal career around art and creativity expression through music and poetry for a long time. Right now, like I mentioned earlier, before you were on the call, doing this 100 Days of Poetry project. I'm on 62 days in. Part of that was a little bit of a need to focus my efforts to get some media published. I've got 20 years of very serious focus on music and poetry that I want to finish an album I've been trying to perfect for too long during the next couple months while this project's still happening, as well as doing my first publication of a retrospective of the last 20 years of poetry and kind of my evolution as an artist in that respect, because I haven't seriously published anything since the last self-publishing thing I did was 8 years ago. Beyond that, I work on assisting businesses to align their structures to grow a little bit more independent. I've been working with 2 startups specifically right now. Both of whom are doing really interesting things. Can't talk a lot about the product that's coming to market in the fitness industry, but it could really seriously revolutionize exercise science. And provide some opportunity for studying brain research and development on a research and developmental level that could help people with strokes, people with concussions, because some of the early findings in those realms with this particular exercise product and sort of philosophy seem really promising. The other one is solar sinter. That's basically an architectural grade solar sinter, which basically means you have lenses that melt sand and then heat them and can use this mobile 3D printer essentially to make habitations. And it's in competition to be one of the projects that NASA sends to Mars. And if you think about it, like a mobile 3D printer, you could send a couple of these rovers there long before, and you have all your construction materials on site, and you just need to basically program the habitations. They would get there 10 years before the people, and the people would arrive to habitations already ready to inhabit. So yeah, those are the 2 projects that I'm really excited about right now. And yeah, I'd like to align with more people because I really feel like debt-based money is a very serious issue. And there are people working on it, and they say that some arrests are taking place. Part of this pedophilia ring being cracked is very much involved with all that. But that's what I'd like to be working on a bit more.
Awesome. Keenan, what are you working on?
My main project is just my my living environment. I guess 3 or 4 years ago, I started building off-grid in my home, and so my my project is just creating my home and permaculture around where I live, and
Where do you live?
that in Vermont. And so just sustaining animals and plant life and myself, and living, embracing freedom and overcoming all of the obstacles in the way to that is my main project.
That's awesome. Good for you. Wow. We need that. We definitely need more people doing that, and that's amazing to have. It's amazing how many talented people we have just even on this call and with Elijah, the big call. Like, wow. Good job.
Yeah, I wanted to say that what you were talking about, Jai, sound really cool for Mars, but also just for I was thinking of it for like restoring deserts and stuff, to be able to, I don't know what you could print, but maybe like little print things that could help shade and retain moisture for plants or something like that. It just seems like it would be a great little rovers to send out into the desert or something.
Well, it's funny you should say that. These are friends that I know through the Burning Man community, and they're kind of one of their first iterations is going to go to the burn this year, and they're doing kind of an open proposal for things that they're going to print while they're in the desert. So pretty much anyone can submit a project. And I think that that's kind of what they're looking for, people with an eye to like, what would really help, like whether that's water catchment or, for earth, stuff like that's really valuable in the desert as well. Permaculture stuff you mentioned, like, I don't know, that I have a sacred geometry artist friend of mine, and I really believe in the fields that those things can create. So imagine adding like melted down crystals to some of these mixtures and making sacred geometry structures that could actually build a field of energy around them, like sort of a three-dimensional orgone generator type of thing. Those are the types of things that they're doing. So yeah, thanks for asking about it. It's cool.
Thanks, guys. And Evan, what are you working on?
Well, it's like a combination of all those things. Like, I definitely we're working on this ashram and working on Kundalini yoga. And Kundalini yoga is a really good practice for working with the energies of the body, like that may one day, who knows, like build orgone structures. You have the right technology in your glands. So we teach this Kundalini yoga to people, and we use these mantras, and it's kind of stuff we're working with. And we're working on this ashram. Obviously, it's with the energy that it's like, the biosphere around us, like a 14-sided 2-story palapa with like thatch roof. And we have the space, like it's available like at a pretty reasonable price for anyone that's wanting to do like a retreat or something, and we've been working on our health. Like our main goal coming to Belize was working on our health, and so we also work on the yoga, and this place is available to teachers, definitely. So we need to get this place with a few more teacher-led retreats, and allowing us to serve these and facilitate these kind of groups. Like we've had a few, like Jesuit and mermaids, that we were able to facilitate groups, to work together, have a healthy, nutritious and fun time in a healthy environment, and make it affordable to basically everyone. Yeah.
I love it. Awesome. Yeah, like I said, so many amazing people. You guys are freaking awesome. What am I working on? Not as amazing as what you guys are doing. I'm working on the Love Prophet with Elijah, and that's kind of one of my areas, like one of my passions, I guess, is just love and relationships. So that's what him and I are working on together. And then I also work in the film industry, so I'm kind of trying to revolutionize the film industry from the inside. It's a very tough industry, very like competitive and very capitalistic and individualistic, and I'm just kind of trying to make it a little bit better, a little bit more humane. We're definitely treated like slaves a little bit, so that's my other thing is the film industry and the Love Prophet. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on. That was all 3 of our questions. Elijah did send me the thing that he was looking at. So I'm just going to send it in the chat so you guys can look at it too. And then I think that's the end of our talk. Do you guys want to say anything?
Yeah, I'd like to give a big shout out to everybody, and I hope we can push these things forward, that we're in something that we're all working on together.
Evan, where are you at? Where's your location?
I'm in Belize.
Belize?
I'm in Belize near San Ignacio.
Near San Ignacio. Okay.
Central America, Belize.
Got it. No, I know where Belize is. I'm a Canadian. We have a much better sense of geography than Americans. At At least that's the story we tell
Yeah,
ourselves. That's the story we tell ourselves.
So Keenan, you're from the States?
only 6 hours.
Yep, I'm in Vermont, and then I've spent about half my life in Colorado. So been living between the two.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome.
What about you?
I'm in Vancouver, where Elijah is, so Canada, and where Jai is, and where Evan. Well, Evan, you're usually more in the interior, right?
Well, I was from Manitoba, but I've been in Belize for 7 years now.
Jai, did you hear where Evan's from? You said you missed it.
Yeah, no, that was earlier that I wrote that. Yeah, I know. I was using the chat function, but I think I was the only one that was, except Elijah before. Is that I heard a weird sound. Like, are we getting close to the end of the call?
Yeah, I was just gonna end it. Elijah said to just end it once we're done with the questions. So I'm gonna end this, and then we'll see where we're gonna all meet after.
Okay.
Nice
Great.
to meet you guys. Nice to meet you, Keenan. I know the other
Me
guy,
too.
but yeah.
Yeah, good to meet you,
Thanks,
Keenan.
Matt.
Ciao.